Good morning, church. In fact, it's Paul, not Paul that is on stage this morning, but the Apostle Paul. He's writing this as a prayer to the church of Ephesus, but the amazing truth is that this passage is also for us this morning. So would you stand with me as I read this passage this morning? 18 and 19 says, having the eyes of your hearts enlightened, that you may know what is the hope to which he has called you, what are the riches of his glorious inheritance in the saints, and what is the... In this passage in Ephesians, it talks about the eyes of our hearts being enlightened. And as I was reading that verse this morning, or this week, I realized that the only way, and I want you to picture this morning as we prepare our hearts for worship, is picture being in a dark room with walls on all four sides. And then another crack comes. Then another crack on another wall comes. And all of a sudden, crack after crack of light starts to peek through. Eventually, the walls just come tumbling down. And light that you're actually in a beautiful oasis. In fact, it's so beautiful that you never knew how bright and amazing the light actually was because you were in the dark room. But now that you're here in the light, and as you think about that, you may feel like you're in the dark room this morning. Like you're trapped from life, and it just feels like empty darkness. In fact, you may have had even the hardest time even walking into the door. You may have come into the door kicking and screaming this morning because of that struggle. But I want to encourage you that this is not the end of the story for you. That light that I was talking about in the room, that is our God. Our God is an amazing God who is a God of light, light that shines through all of our darkness and struggles, light that is warm and safe and is with us continually. We can be with God this morning, and we can rest in the light of the world through Jesus and what he did on the cross. He is our glorious hope, and he is the one that we want to open the eyes of our heart this morning and seek after him, because there is nothing better than Jesus. Amen? Amen. Would you, as we continue the song, would you sing with me as we declare and ask God to open up the eyes of our hearts so we can see him and see his glorious and amazing light? Holy, 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 holy. Well, good morning once again. We are so glad you are here. Special welcome to those who are watching online as well. Just like to invite you to share in the hope, healing, and love of the gospel this morning. But before we go to the first thing that we have going on, just want to encourage you, if it's your first time here, you may notice that there are a couple of cool QR code looking cards in the front of you, or behind the seat. I encourage you, if you are new here, or even if you're not new here, but come here for a while and you want to know a little bit more about who we are, some various things going on here at Rome Alliance Church, I encourage you to pull out your phone and scan the QR code this morning, just because it's a great way to kind of connect and see what is happening here. Speaking of what is happening here, we have something going on after service today. That is our annual Impact Congregational Meeting. And so I encourage you, after